Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen with you. That's Harrison Butker. Set to get things started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by the number 3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft. Out of USC, it's Sam Darnold.
The biggest takeaway coming off last week's loss is he just needs to make a bigger impact overall. He certainly wasn't bad. I mean, no interceptions, protected the ball. But he needs to do more. He needs to kind of let it loose and take some more shots downfield and maybe throw into some tighter windows. For his team to win, this offense needs to be better, and at the front of that is the play of the quarterback. So often the best pass defense is a good pass rush, and that's exactly what we saw here. The pass rush disrupted this play from the very start. The quarterback has all of his attention on the rushers rather than his receivers downfield. All he can manage to do is get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Quick throw here is complete. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, Seattle.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play. And the Seahawks first down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. First and 10.
Seahawks first down. A gain of 14. First down, Seahawks.
They'll go play action with Darnold. It'll be Smith and Jigba bringing it in. They get 25 on that connection. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
Another Seahawks first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
The run up the middle. It's Walker. It'll be a short pickup. Down to the 22. Kayvon Thibodeaux with the stop.
1-yard gain. Brings up second and 9.
Here's second and 9. Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. The second down throw is incomplete.
Incomplete. It's third down.
Throwing on third down is Darnold. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal, but I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time, and there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working. I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at them, blitzes, different fronts and coverages, maybe things they didn't work on all week. So the key this week is understand what is the defense looking to do today, and how fast can we make those adjustments if we're not having early success.
It's a gain of 10 yards. First down, KC.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Spears. Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. And he's going to be out of bounds down at the 30.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
Once again, it's Spears. He's got another first down and more. He's taken down just shy of the 10. 19 more on that one, and another first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many.
And he's into the end zone. Jay Spears. Touchdown, Chiefs. It's his 4th rushing touchdown of the year.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike, and you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched, and an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Harrison Butker now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Chiefs move out to a 7-3 lead.
That's the score. Chiefs 7, Seahawks 3.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Darnold now on 1st and 10. Open man is Horton. It's caught. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 38-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. This one complete right side. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Seattle.
From the shotgun, here's Darnold. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
His offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And this will go down as a punt inside the 20 as it continues out of bounds.
At their own 17-yard
Patrick Mahomes
line.
going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. Take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 3. They go play action with the pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Julian Love, the safety there, worked his way in and records the sack.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
That's catch number 40 on the season for him.
It's a gain of 16 yards. And the Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page. And that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
19 more yards.
19 more on that one. And another 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's a 1st carry for their running back. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A gain there of 20. And the Chiefs have a first down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the Seahawks' 27-yard line.
Mahomes looking to throw on second down. And he's in! Touchdown, KC. That's his 8th touchdown of the season.
And that was just a great drive. Really from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm. Mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. You can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns. Man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
So, we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Chiefs on top. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. Whoa! And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Seahawks offense and Sam Darnold heading back on the field. He has played well all season long, entering this final stretch of games in December and January as the NFL leader in touchdown passes. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-happy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Third down, they need 5.
3-yard pickup, and it's third down.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Here's Michael Dixon now. They'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
First down. First and 10.
So no 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll stick with him again. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They keep beating him. 15 more on the ground. And another first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
At the 38-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
Mahomes back. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete. Here's a third down and 4.
Third down and 4.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down. Harrison Butker on now for the field goal. Spotted at the 45. This is a 55-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Chiefs going to open up a 17-3 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. Oh, a loose football. It looks like the Chiefs have it, and it is Kansas City ball.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
So, here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position.
The previous play is under review.
At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Darnold. Smith and Jigba left side. He's got it. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
Gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. They'll go with the sneak. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a first down.
The Seahawks, first down. A gain of a yard. And the
So,
Seahawks,
1st and 10 here now at the 38. Here's Darnold. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll be out of bounds here. And it's only a gain of a yard.
At the 40-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
The RPO, that one is complete. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
On 3rd and 2, it's Darnold. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
First down, Seahawks.
Darnold to the air once more. He takes off. And play halted for a moment. We have an injured Seahawk player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now, Darnold. This ball batted away. That's incomplete. We'll try again here, 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
That's complete on the tight end screen. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Gain of 5. Brings up 3rd.
Throwing, Darnold. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down. So on comes Joshua Carty to try this field goal. Spotted at the 35, this a 45-yard attempt. Carty's kick is good. And the Seahawks are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense and Tyjae Spears getting ready for their next possession. Going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Linebacker Ernest Jones ends that play.
2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. He's got his man. He finds Worthy. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Brought down by Ernest Jones.
2 minutes remaining here in this first half.
Brings up 2nd
We'll
and
return to
4
Arrowhead
at the 40-yard
after this.
line.
Here comes 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That's complete to Kavontae Turpin. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. On play action, it's Mahomes. And they'll move it down to the 11-yard line. He's out of bounds there. Here's 1st and 10.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down.
Throwing now, Mahomes. He pulls it in around the 5. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play.
On the Seahawks 6-yard line.
To the air once more, it's Mahomes. Snap, and he will take this one across into the end zone. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, Kansas City. That is 2nd touchdown tonight. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs could be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him. And in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away.
Kickoff for Kansas City.
Shaheed now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. 1st down now. Pistol snap back to Darnold. Looking middle of the field, it's complete. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Darnold. He'll go left side here and complete this one. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Going over the middle, this one is complete. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. Now Seattle will use the final timeout as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. To throw again is Darnold. Pass right side. That is hauled in by Horton. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They've got him.
Sam Darnold sacked. A loss of 4 yards. It's second down. Joshua Carty.
So, halftime straight ahead. And we send it over to Scott Hanson, who has the EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. As this Sunday's action is coming to a close.
And apparently we'll forget about that for the moment and turn our attention to quarter number 3. Let's go. He fields it at the 8. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll try to run with their fullback. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
It's a loss of 2.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Throwing is Mahomes. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Kalijah Kancey getting to the quarterback there for his 8th sack of the year.
Just not a lot of plays on that call sheet for the offensive coordinator for 3rd and a mile. So that's a huge sack there that they took on 2nd down. And barring something dramatic happening here, it might have just killed any chance of extending this drive.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now Mahomes. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the 1st down.
Sometimes it's just a case of taking what the defense gives you. And here's one of those examples. There's nowhere for him to go with the ball. For a minute, it looked like he was going to be able to pick up this 1st down with his legs. The defense rallies, brings him down short of the 1st down marker, sets up 4th down.
Now, fair catch. He'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready for their first possession of this 2nd half. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's the give to Walker. And, they smack him down there. Big hit right at the line. No gain. Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Walker. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL. Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the 3rd quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
Fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense and their running back set to go once more. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Trying to use that big body to get the yardage, but he is stopped for no gain.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Handoff here, up the middle. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Linebacker Ernest Jones ends that play.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. Pass over the middle and take it in. He's got it. inside the 30. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Chiefs. That is second touchdown of the game. He's up to 9 now on the year. Well, that was a pretty easy touchdown. He was wide open, Greg. Easy chance to close the deal, and they do with a touchdown.
And, Mike, it just appears to me that's just a breakdown defensively. You can't allow a receiver to not only be so open it's an easy pitch and catch, but then to have the space to operate after the catch to finish that one off in the end zone.
The kick is good. That's the score. Chiefs 31, Seahawks 6.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Shaheed now to return it. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Seahawks offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. That's complete. It's Jackson Smith-Njigba from the 33. Here's second and 6. Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10.
And the Seahawks first down.
On the handoff, this is Walker. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. That's Hunt. It's Kenneth Walker. And he'll get about 3 here on second down before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up third and 6.
Throwing on third down is Darnold. That is caught. He finds Walker. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
A gain of 26 yards. That's good for the Seahawks.
Darnold to throw on first down. He's got it about the 8. And the last first and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
That's another Seahawks first down. First and goal.
Here's Darnold again. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and I think that's a really smart decision. You certainly don't want to take a sack in any goal-to-go situation, or even worse, throw a pick. So understanding he still has 2 more shots at the end zone, I really like that decision.
They'll try and throw. Here's Darnold. That's going to be caught. And the drive stalls out as he's brought down. And the field goal unit likely to come on here on fourth and goal.
Joshua Carty on for the field goal.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Seahawks will cut into that lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it first and 10. Again, they'll try to power forward with their fullback. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Brings up second and 12.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Mahomes now to throw on second down. That one is complete to Hartman. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4. And bring up third down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And he gets that to Hardman. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Chiefs first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level, and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. Third and inches. They'll try to sneak it here. And that is going to be good enough. He's got that first down. So conversion, and they move it to the 46-yard line.
That's good for a Kansas
So they come to the line for first down and 10.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Play fake. Now it's Mahomes. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That catch puts him over the 100-yard mark here tonight. And it gives the team a first down. Off the bootleg, it's Mahomes. Off-balance throw, it's complete. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Seahawks.
Mahomes looking to throw on second down. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll run the sneak. They'll put him down right at the 20, but they'll also move the sticks. That is a first down picked up.
And the Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 on the Seahawks' 21-yard line.
Mahomes now on second down. Quick throw, taken in. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He'll get this out to his running back. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They tracked him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league, and it results in a negative play.
37-yard attempt.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And play halted for a moment. We have an injured Seahawk player. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Shaheed now to return it. Wow! He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Seahawks offense ready to get back at it. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Oh, the ball's out. one of the Seahawks was in there and did keep the ball with Seattle.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sacked, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet. To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
On third and long, here's Darnold. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. A fair catch. He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to take over possession of the football. And they have been solid this year on third down. We saw evidence of that again on the last drive for 3. And they'll start with another drive here. They'll run. This is their fullback getting the count. And wow, tough to bring down that time. Surging forward for a pickup of 6. Second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
Right back to the fullback. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
To throw is Mahomes. Quick throw here is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now a run, and it's their fullback with the carry. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
On the play. And the Kansas City Chiefs.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he shows off those strong legs running through one tackle. Give him a gain of 8.
On the tackle.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Here's 2nd and 2. Try the right side with Smith. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
I don't mind the call, giving it to the fullback, thinking he can just kind of plow his way through and pick up the first down. But what you're not expecting is for him to actually lose yardage, and that's exactly the case here. Now it changes things a little bit now as they face this third down. You can always tell what a team's decision will be on fourth down, Mike, based on what they do on third down. In this case, unfortunately, they didn't get enough yards on the ground to make that fourth down more manageable. So I think they have to reconsider whether they go for it here.
A 56-yard attempt.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Chiefs will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They're obviously looking for, I guess, a moral victory at this point. Still in search of their first touchdown of this game. This is probably going to be their last shot to get it in the end zone, and this drive will begin with first down. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down. He'll get this complete to Walker. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. They bounced back from the loss last week. They will put in a determined effort and will come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Chiefs, victor.